Hey film fans, welcome to Cine Pro, your ultimate hub for all movie recaps. From heartwarming classics to the latest blockbusters. The famous American city that contains Hollywood, the place of all the world's artists, has a girl who appeared injured because she was tortured by a masked, strange serial killer named the Las Vegas Butcher. Tortured her, claiming she was famous without any talent and didn't deserve her fame. He released her after she decided to abandon her path to stardom. She found herself at the peak of Hollywood, and the media was shocked when the killer posted videos of her torture on his official online page. He was enjoying the news while playing, caring only that his blade remained clean and white. In the desert, there was an actress named Helen, who used to be famous, but her fame had dwindled. Nobody liked her anymore because her trend had ended, and her talent was very weak. The killer's car stood out as he roamed the streets, observing people idolizing talentless celebrities who contributed nothing to society and, in his eyes, were harmful. Thus, he decided to expel, torture, and kill them. There was a wealthy girl named Sarah, famous only because of her family connections. She became an actress through nepotism and lacked any talent. She met her friend Carla, also a talentless actress, who might even be worse than Sarah because she promoted inappropriate films for money. Carla had an important job and asked Sarah to fetch drugs for her from a location she had provided. They planned to meet at a party afterward. In one of the hotel rooms, drug dealers, including the famous wrestler and actor Dave Bautista and his friend Danny, were waiting. Danny didn't use drugs, preferring to eat nutritious food to stay healthy while selling drugs. Bautista, on the other hand, was a smoker but not an addict. While they were sitting, Bautista sensed movement around him. He grabbed his weapon, thinking it might be the police. When he opened the door, he found Sarah, who had come to get Carla's drugs. Surprised by her boldness, they handed her the drugs after taking the money and asked her to leave immediately, as Bautista didn't like guests. At the supermarket, Helen received a call from her agent, informing her that no directors or producers wanted to work with her anymore and advising her to find another job. Suddenly, she saw news about the Hollywood Butcher, the masked and mysterious Las Vegas killer. Feeling anxious, she thought quitting acting might protect her from the killer since she lacked talent. The killer wrote on his official page, asking people who he should kill next among Hollywood celebrities who didn't deserve fame. Many suggested a corrupt mother who rented out herself and her daughters to men for money, deeming her a deserving victim in the killer's eyes. Helen hosted a party at her house, surprised by the large turnout. Her friend Sam reassured her, saying they would support her so she wouldn't quit acting. Sam joked about the possibility of the Las Vegas killer being at the party and killing someone, which turned out to be true. The killer murdered the corrupt mother at Helen's house without anyone noticing. He filmed himself killing her and posted it on his page, gaining more followers as he fulfilled their requests. The news reported the videos, and journalist Mary became deeply invested in the Las Vegas Butcher case. She noted that the police had started tracking the crazy killer, who had first tortured an actress and then killed a corrupt mother. Social media was divided. Some found the killer amusing and fake. Others believed he was real and feared him, while many supported him, seeing him as someone cleaning up Hollywood from talentless celebrities. Helen was shocked by these comments and decided to exploit the murder at her party to regain her fame, a decision that would have disastrous consequences. Meanwhile, Sarah decided to go wild, using Carla's drugs during a family gathering. She hallucinated, imagining her father as a devil and her stuffed dog as a real one. She embarrassed her family, who sent her to her room and punished her. Still under the influence, she decided to escape. Suddenly, the killer appeared, drugged her, and kidnapped her. Listening to Carla's messages, he found her address and decided to target her, especially since she promoted inappropriate films. Carla left the party, repeatedly calling Sarah to find out why she hadn't shown up, but received no response. The killer tracked Carla using her phone and started a live broadcast on his page. Journalist Mary, on her way home, encountered the killer but didn't recognize him. They exchanged strange glances before he left, leaving her puzzled. Carla, now at home, heard strange noises and found her door open. She closed it, unaware that the killer had already entered. When she went to look for her missing dog, the killer trapped, attacked, and knocked her unconscious before kidnapping her. Social media buzzed with the news as the killer announced on his page that he had captured Sarah and Carla because they were talentless celebrities, particularly Carla, who harmed society. Many on social media supported the killer, praising him for cleaning up the community. Sarah's wealthy parents appeared on television, offering to pay any amount to free their daughter, but the killer remained unfazed. Meanwhile, Bautista, under the influence of new drugs, hallucinated about his bed flying and the killer lying next to him instead of his friend Danny. Fearing increased police presence in the city due to the killer, Bautista and Danny decided to leave for a safer place to avoid being caught for their drug dealings. The killer continued his daily life, cleaning his white suit and listening to Mayor Walter, who announced intensified efforts to capture the killer, dismissing him as a mere trend seeker. However, the killer knew his next victim, the corrupt mayor, who indulged in alcohol and women instead of focusing on his duties. After a night of drinking and gambling, the mayor drove home, only to be intercepted and kidnapped by the killer, who took him to his secret underground hideout in the desert, a place the police had yet to locate. A car full of women and a successful but talentless producer named Robert also appeared, hinting at the killer's next potential targets. And he found someone blocking the car's exit path, so he went to see who it was and found the killer's car. He found no one inside because the killer was surrounding him outside the truck. He attacked him, knocked him unconscious, and kidnapped him to his hideout. None of the girls noticed anything because of the loud music. Helen and her friend Sam were thinking of how to use the murder incident in her house to regain fame. They decided to make a horror movie at the house. Helen left Sam at the party and went home. Sam stayed at the party alone, enjoying herself to the fullest. The killer captured her because he knew she worked as a call girl at night and was also a famous actress known for her provocative roles in films. The killer, in his hideout, played music for the party and the 6 guests with him. We only know 5 of them: Sam, the night girl; Sarah, the rich girl; her friend Carla, who promotes inappropriate films; the corrupt producer Robert; and the corrupt mayor Walter. The 6th girl is named Tori, an actress who was detained by him for an hour before he released her earlier. He went live for the audience, making the victims wear masks so people would guess who they were. He exposed the victims' indecent and corrupt actions through videos and made them confess that they became famous by chance and didn't deserve their fame. The audience was so entertained that they supported the killer's efforts to rid society of corrupt individuals, especially after exposing their true nature. People said, "We thought they were famous and respectable, but half of them promote inappropriate films." The killer played the audience's comments to the captives to prove to them that they had lost their value and were hated. He contemplated who to kill and who to torture. Meanwhile, Bautista and Danny were leaving Las Vegas because Danny's uncle had been arrested for drug trafficking and refused to reveal the location of his stash. They planned to search for the stash with Devil the Magician and make a lot of money from it. At the same time, they distanced themselves from the police's increased presence in the city due to the killer. The killer decided to kill the actress known for her inappropriate films first. He chose an axe as the weapon, played her videos for her, hoping she would feel remorse before dying, and then killed her. He felt sorry for his blood-stained suit. He believed she was harming society and saw his actions as a way to clean up the community, albeit in his own way. The audience enjoyed the live broadcast immensely. Helen tried calling her friend Sam but received no response. Instead, she got a call telling her, "If you want to see your friend, come to the location I'll send you, alone." Helen had many problems, like her separation from her husband, financial struggles, and professional failure. After the audience watched the actress's murder with an axe online, some felt the killer had become too violent. They debated whether his actions were real or a joke, and whether he should be stopped. However, those supporting the killer wanted him to continue until he eliminated all undeserving celebrities. The killer, with his axe, was now with Carla, who supported inappropriate films, in the slaughterhouse where he had killed the actress. He showed her her sins, hoping she would feel remorse before dying, and then killed her. She became his 3rd victim after the corrupt mother and the actress Tori. The killer's bloodlust grew, believing this was the best way to clean society and Hollywood of fake actors. He was mentally ill, obsessed with light and goodness, which is why he always wore white and a mask, as he didn't want anyone to see his face. He tried attending self-reconciliation sessions but couldn't stay and always left. He went to a wrestling ring where a talentless singer named Jack, who succeeded through connections, was training. Jack was happy with the killer and said in a TV interview that the killer only targets undeserving celebrities and would never harm him because he was genuinely talented and deserved his fame. But the killer thought otherwise. He threw a camera on the ground to record himself kidnapping Jack. When Jack noticed the camera and bent to pick it up, the killer attacked him from behind and kidnapped him. Jack, who thought he was safe, was delusional. After every murder, the killer would cut his wig and groom himself like any normal person, hiding his terrifying reality. Jack woke up from unconsciousness to find himself among many others the killer had kidnapped, all imprisoned with no way out. The killer tortured Jack to the tunes of Jack's own songs. He also tortured everyone else, leaving Sarah for last. He applied makeup on her himself before tormenting her. Helen arrived at the location where she was supposed to meet the killer who had kidnapped her friend Sam. She fell into his trap and was captured. The police discovered the kidnapping scene and found Helen's blood on the car. News programs reported that Helen had been kidnapped after announcing her horror movie inspired by the crime that happened in her house at the hands of the killer. The killer decided to play a hunting game with the call girl Sam. He freed her, letting her run, with the condition that if she managed to escape, she would save her life and leave the hideout. Night fell, and she thought she had outsmarted the killer, but he was there, broadcasting live to all his followers. Suddenly, his car lights illuminated her, and he decided to run her over with the car, killing her because she was a call girl corrupting society. Meanwhile, in the desert, Batista and Danny's car broke down as they searched for the drug stash. They found nothing until they heard a strange sound and discovered Sam's body on the ground. When Batista tried to call an ambulance, they heard another sound, and the killer appeared, shooting Batista and stabbing Danny with a sword, killing them both. The killer seemed unstoppable. Remember the reporter Mary who met the killer? They exchanged many looks. It turned out she was the killer's lover. He told her the police were intensifying their search for him and might arrest her, so he needed to pause his game. He showed her his truck, which contained the bodies of those he had killed and those he had tortured and drugged. He promised her that once the game was over by morning, they would travel together. The killer leaked his secret desert location on his website. The police rushed to catch him but found nothing, not even a drop of blood. The killer had cleaned everything. They found cameras filming them, and people watched the police fail to capture the killer. This marked the end of the killer's terrifying and bloody show. The police found a recorded message from the killer, stating he would reappear later to kill more undeserving celebrities. As for Mayor Walter, he remained the killer's favorite victim, locked up and forced to watch videos of his past promises of integrity. Sharifa, and that he serves the nation, and that he's not a womanizer or even a studious person, so that he remains his whole life never forgetting his corrupt reality, and he'll die in front of these videos. People will know his truth. The killer freed Helen with minor injuries because she promised him she wouldn't care about fame again or make a horror movie about him. The killer's truck is at the top of Hollywood as usual, and the killer is waiting for his beloved Mary to arrive so they can ride together and go enjoy their time after the game ends. The killer activated the wireless tool, opened the truck door, and freed the victims who were tortured while still alive, as well as the victims he killed. Their bodies are still there. All of them at the top of Hollywood will never forget what happened to them, nor will they forget the killer. And before they think about fame again, they must think about him first. Of course, my friend, you're probably wondering why the killer freed some but killed the others. The answer is that this killer wears a white suit because he's delusional about loving light, goodness, and reforming society. He's excessively obsessed with these ideas to a dangerous degree. He also hates immoral films because they destroy so many people. And that's why he killed the adult film actress Tori, as well as Carla, who promotes such films, and Sam, who works in nightlife as a call girl. He freed the others. The others, Helen, Sarah, Jack, and Robert, because their sins have nothing to do with the adult film industry. They're all coincidentally famous without talent. After torturing them, they'll never think about fame again. And that's the end of the summary. If you liked today's video, don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel, and activate the bell to receive all new updates. See you in the next video. Goodbye.